An authority other than a court may be vested by statute with judicial power in widely different circumstances, which it would be impossible and indeed inadvisable to attempt to define exhaustively. Stop. The proper thing is to examine each case as it arises and to ascertain whether the powers vested in the authority can be truly described as judicial functions or judicial powers of the state. Stop. For the purpose of this case, it is sufficient to say that any outside authority empowered by the state to determine conclusively the rights of two or more contending parties with regard to any matter in controversy between them satisfies the test of an authority vested with the judicial powers of the state and may be regarded as a tribunal within the meaning of Article 136. Stop. Such a power of adjudication implies that the authority must act judicially and must determine the dispute by ascertainment of the relevant facts on the materials before it and by application of the relevant law to those facts. Stop. This test of a tribunal is not meant to be exhaustive, and it may be that other bodies not satisfying this test are also tribunals. Stop. In order to be a tribunal, it is essential that the power of adjudication must be derived from a statute or a statutory rule. Stop. An authority or body deriving its power of adjudication from an agreement of the parties, such as a private arbitrator or a tribunal acting under Section 10-A of the Industrial Disputes Act 1947, does not satisfy the test of a tribunal within Article 136. Stop. It matters little that such a body or authority is vested with the trappings of a court. Stop. The Arbitration Act 1940 vests an arbitrator with some of the trappings of a court. So also the Industrial Disputes Act 1947 vests an authority acting under Section 10-A of the Act with many of such trappings, and yet such bodies and authority are not tribunals. Stop. Para. Therefore, the National Commission can be said to be a tribunal which is vested by statute the powers to determine conclusively the rights of two or more contending parties with regard to any matter in controversy between them. Stop. Therefore, as observed herein above, in the aforesaid decision, it satisfies the test of an authority vested with the judicial powers of the state and therefore may be regarded as a tribunal within the meaning of Article 227 and or 136 of the Constitution of India. Stop. Also, in a given case, this court may not exercise its powers under Article 136 of the Constitution of India in view of the remedy which may be available to the aggrieved party before the concerned High Court under Article 227 of the Constitution of India, as it is appropriate that aggrieved party approaches the concerned High Court by way of writ petition under Article 227 of the Constitution of India. Stop. Para. Moreover, even in these special branches of law, some areas do involve the consideration of constitutional questions on a regular basis. For instance, in service law matters, a large majority of cases involve an interpretation of Articles 14, 15 and 16 of the Constitution. Stop. To hold that the tribunals have no power to handle matters involving constitutional issues would not serve the purpose for which they were constituted. Stop.